Great guys, so this little image is of Green Tara. Green Tara looking down over the hill of Tara there, which is such a sacred place in the history of Ireland. Green Tara is sitting in a position with her right leg down towards the ground, ready to leap into action, and a mudra of generosity in the other. Just wanted to give a brief background and the history of Green Tara and where Green Tara comes from. So I'm just going to read an extract from Sangharakshita's Survey of Buddhism, and it's on the subject of compassion. There's an interesting story about how this particular form arose. A story that is not just mythology, but based upon the facts of spiritual psychology. Once upon a time, it is said, Avalokiteshvara was contemplating the sorrows of sentient beings. As he looked out over the world, he saw people suffering in so many ways, some dying untimely deaths by fire, shipwreck and execution, others suffering the pangs of bereavement, loss, illness, hunger, thirst and starvation. A tremendous compassion welled up in his heart, becoming so unbearably intense that his head shivered into pieces. It shivered in fact into 11 pieces, which became 11 heads looking in the 11 directions of space. And 1,000 arms were manifested to help all those beings who were suffering. Thus, this very beautiful conception of the 11-headed and 1,000 arms Avalokiteshvara is an attempt to express the essence of compassion, to show how the compassionate heart feels for the sorrows and suffering of the world. Another very beautiful bodhisattva figure embodying compassion, this time in its female form, is Tara, whose name means the Saviouress, or the Star. A very beautiful legend relates how she was born from the tears of Avalokiteshvara as he wept over the sorrows and miseries of the world. And I particularly like this extract. We may think of these legends as being just stories, and the sophisticated might even smile at them a little. But they are not just stories, not even illustrative stories. They are of real, deep, symbolic, even archetypal significance, and represent, embodied in concrete form, the nature of compassion. So that's a little background on Green Tara. Thanks again to Pabra and Pranimai for the great Green Tara mantra there on Tuesday. So let's get cracking at the illustration. Here's a quick guide on how to get started at it. So we've heard a bit about where Green Tara comes from, some of her qualities. So now let's get cracking at drawing the picture. So again, starting off, you might know by now, but anytime we want to start off with our horizon line here, and we just need our triangle, our circle, our square, and our long rectangle like so. And again, you'll notice, what shapes can you see with Tara? Okay, we've got the circle, we've then got the other circles of the people in the photo of their heads, and there's loads of green and yellow here from the people of Meath. And I'm right beside Croke Park here, obviously the home, well, I won't say the home of Dublin football, but I won't win too many fans for bringing out the Royals in this video. But again, so if we want to translate that onto paper, starting here, again, if we want people to look closer to us, just going to draw the shapes a bit bigger. So again, we've Green Tara here, one arm raised in the mudra of generosity, and then again we have her sitting with one leg down towards the people of Tara, ready to spring into action. And then again we've people, just want to communicate, people in the distance, maybe down on the lower mounds like so. Again, just drawing the circles that little bit smaller. Again, Tara is so full of beautiful stone structures as well, so we can pop in some of it's a bit of liberty here, but I mean the Boyne Valley, you have so many beautiful castles, so we can just pop in some squares like that just to make up the surrounding architecture. And again, if we're looking at the picture with people a bit closer, making their way closer to Tara, so we can they might be closer to the top of the hill. So again, not as big as Tara's shapes there, but getting much bigger like so. And then just to make it a bit obvious, we've got the little triangle like so.